Good morning, students. So we are going to continue with journal, and as you all know that as we are proceeding, we are going ahead of the difficult ones. So today we'll be learning a compiled journal entry of some difficult and easy both. Okay, so I'm going to share my uh, screen so that you can see the uh, Word file where we are going to solve it. Right. So I have kept the first page for notes here. All the important notes I'm going to confine it here. And below I have kept the space for workings, and at last I have kept a space for giving the journal entries. Okay, so this is a space where we are going to give the journal entries, right? So as we have this is a place where the journal entry. Okay, so let's start. So what we are going to do here is that one by one we will take one problems, and according to the problem we are going to make the notes if required and solve the sum. So let's see what is the first question. So we are taking a question from your book itself, that is, record the following transactions in the journal of Sham Sundar. Okay, it is journal entry in the books of Sham Sundar. So immediately what I will do is that the format where we have prepared the journal entry, okay, that place we'll just mention it, Messrs, in the books of Messrs Sham Sundar. Okay, in the books of Messrs Sham Sundar. So we have got the name of the owner, right? Now we will go with the transactions. You can refer to your book, you can get it there. If you don't get, also doesn't matter, you can see the question from here. So the first question is, Sham Sundar started business with cash rupees 75,000, goods rupees 30,000, and furniture rupees 5,000. So it is Sham Sundar started business with cash. So what is the cash amount? Cash, it is rupees 75,000. Rupees 75,000. Goods were goods were rupees 30,000, and furniture were rupees 5,000. So this is what we have got in the question. Now what we have to do is that we have to just simply find out what is our items here. Okay, first of all we have to understand the meaning, and it is very easy to understand. We have been doing for many days, so all of you will be able to understand the meaning. So what is the meaning here? The meaning is very simple. What is the meaning? That Sham Sundar is starting business, right? Sham Sundar is starting business, and he is starting it with what? Cash, goods, and furniture, right? So what are the items we got here? I'm just writing it down below, okay, so that it will be very easy for every one of us to understand. So first of all we have got the name, that is Sham Sundar, right? So Sham Sundar. Then we have got cash. Then we have got goods, and after that we have got furniture, right? So this is what we have got, the items. So one by one we will find out the group. First of all, Sham Sundar. So before that we should define the items properly. Sham Sundar is referring to the owner's account, and owner's account we refer to as capital, right? So we will write only capital account, no need for Sham Sundar here, because he is the owner, and owner account we are showing in the name of capital, right? So that will be capital. The next one is cash, that is right. Then comes goods. So goods, what is happening with goods? See, goods, whenever it will come in the business, it will be taken in the name of purchases. Okay, it will be taken in the name of purchases, right? Then comes furniture. So furniture, it will be named in the furniture itself. So let's come one by one with that. Capital. Now capital is a personal account, right? So Sham, personal account. Capital is also a personal account. Debit, receiver, credit, giver, isn't it? So here Sham is a giver, right? He is a giver, he is giving in the business. So you all are aware of this type of transactions, right? He is a giver, he will be credit. Cash is a real account, isn't it? We are aware of that. It's a real account. So real account comes in debit, goes out credit, isn't it? Comes in debit, goes out credit. So money is coming in the business, so it is comes in, right? So comes in, what will happen? Comes in, it will be debit. Clear? Then come purchases is a nominal account because it is referring to the daily expenses, isn't it? So nominal account, what will happen? Income or expenses? Let's find it out. It's a expense, right? Why expenses? Because of the reason that it is purchased. So if I am purchasing, I have to pay something, expenses. So expenses will be debit, right? Now comes furniture. And we all are aware of furniture. Furniture is a real account. And what is the treatment of that? Real account, debit comes in, credit goes out. So it is coming in the business, comes in. What will happen with that? Comes in, debit, right? So we have got the items now. What we have got? We have got capital account, right? We have got capital account. We have got cash account. We have got purchases account. And we have got furniture account. So what journal entry will be displayed? Very simple. The journal entry that will be there, the first, all the debits will be written, that is cash account debit, how much? 75,000. Then furniture account debit, how much? Purchases account debit 30,000, and last one is for furniture account debit 5,000 to capital account, the collection of all, that is 75,000 plus 30,000 plus 5,000. So it comes to 2,10,000, right? Sorry, 1,10,000, right? So let's get the journal entry. Let's come to the journal entry format. And so if the date is given, that's fine. If it is not given, then we are going to give question mark. So in this particular question, if you refer in your book, you can see that there's date mentioned. It is 2012. In your book, it might be 2018 or 17 or 19, according to the edition of the book. Okay, so it is April. Doesn't matter the date in date here. So just take it around, and after that, what is the first date? It is April 1. Now we will go for the transaction. So April 1, what was the incident that happened? We have already seen that cash account, it is cash account debit, right? So cash account, and extreme right, you will go and write down debit. Then comes, how much is the debit amount? There's nothing to be written in the ledger folio column. So what is the cash account? It is 75,000, right? Then comes, after that, the purchases account debit. What is there in the purchases account? Purchases account include goods, we all know that, right? So purchases account debit, what is the amount? The amount is 30,000, isn't it? It is 30,000, right? Then comes The next item, that is furniture. Furniture account debit. Furniture account debit. So what is the furniture account debit? 5,000, isn't it? We have seen, we have already seen in the question, it is 5,000. So now it will be written as, try to maintain the unit place and 10th place. Okay, so now it will be 5,000. Now we'll write down the credit item. How to write down the credit item? We'll just give little space. Be careful. Okay, so some of you are ignoring it, so be careful about it. Give little space and write down to capital account. Capital was 1 lakh. How much? 1,10,000, right? 1,10,000. If you add it up all, you will get it 1,10,000. Now comes the narration part. So what will be in the narration? Narration is nothing but a summary of the transaction. So it will be being business started. Okay, that will be enough. And after that, we will close it by a line, by giving a line. So most of you are ignoring that. That is can cause penalty for your marking also. It signifies that you have ended up the transaction here. There is no more continuation of this particular transaction, right? So this is very important. This signifies that the transaction is ending up here. Now after that comes the next transaction. So we will just mention the date first. We can go with that also, no problem. Without that also we can go, or I can just simply mention the date is 2 according to the question, right? According to the question itself, we'll see the date, and according to that only we'll move. So the next part, that is number 2, what it is referring is, it is referring to sold goods to Bhushan of list price rupees 10,000 at trade discount of 10%. Sold goods to Bhushan, and the goods was of the list price of rupees 10,000 at trade discount of how much? The trade discount is 10%, right? The trade discount is 10%. Fine. So in this particular question, what are you able to get? You can see that it is a sale. It is a transaction related to sale. So try to understand the meaning of the question first. Sold goods to Bhushan. That means we are selling goods to Bhushan. The list price of the goods was 10,000 and it was sold at a trade discount of 10%. So now comes the place of note. Let me give you a note for this. What will the note say here? So try to understand. This particular note is referring to it's referring to two new terms. One is list price and another one is trade discount. Okay, so what is the meaning of list price? List price means the total price of the goods that you are purchasing, okay, from a seller. It can be generally a wholesaler. Okay, so generally what happens is that a wholesaler, okay, wholesaler allows certain amount of discount to the retailer so that the retailer can earn some profit, okay, by selling the goods. Like if a goods is costing 10 rupees, he will sell the goods to the retailer at 8 rupees, and the retailer will sell it to the consumers at 10 rupees, and the retailer will earn a profit of 2 rupees. So that concept is applicable with the name of trade discount. Okay, so you should know what is a trade discount first. So trade discount, what is trade discount, right? So trade discount is a discount given by a wholesaler. Okay, by wholesaler, or it can be any businessman, or businessman. It can be a wholesaler or businessman to another businessman. Okay, it can be wholesaler to retailer or another businessman. Okay, it can be by a wholesaler or businessman to retailer or another businessman. It can be one businessman to another. Okay, and why it is given, why this discount is given? So that, okay, so that the next businessman can earn some profit by selling it at MRP. Okay, trade discount is a discount which is given by a wholesaler or businessman to a retailer or another businessman, so that the businessman can sell it at MRP or just below that, maximum retail price. Okay, or just below that to earn some profit. Okay, MRP to earn some profit, right? To earn some profit. That is called trade discount. That is, a trade discount is a discount which is given by a wholesaler to a retailer or one businessman to another businessman, so that he can sell it and earn some profit. And you should remember that it is reducing the cost. Okay, reducing the cost of goods. It is reducing the cost of the goods, so it is not recorded. Okay, hence it is not recorded, hence it is not recorded in the book. Okay, it is not recorded in the book. So what you are going to do if it is not recorded? You are going to make a deduction of that. Okay, is it clear, everyone? So what we are going to get here, what is given here? Sold goods to Bhushan at a list price. The price of the total price of the goods was 10,000 and the trade discount was how much? 10%. So as I already told you, trade discount, list price is the total price of the goods, right? And trade discount, you should remember that trade discount is given on list price of the goods. Okay, trade discount is given on the list price, okay, of the goods, of the goods. It is given on the list price of the goods, right? So try to understand. List price of the goods means the total price of the goods. So you have to understand the meaning of the transaction first. So we are selling goods to Bhushan. The list price, the total price is 10,000. Trade discount is 10%. So let's find out the items first. So we know that what are the items? Goods sold. So for goods sold, we write it sales, right? We write it sales. Then comes Bhushan, isn't it? Bhushan. Then comes the cash. Now try to understand here. When as we all know that whenever in a transaction the name of the buyer or seller is given, okay, it will be taken as credit transaction until and unless it is mentioned in the transaction separately that it is a cash or credit, right? If it is not mentioned in the transaction whether it is a cash transaction or credit transaction, it will be taken as, it will be taken as, exactly, it will be taken as credit transaction, right? So what we are getting here, sales, and another one is Bhushan. So let's find out. Sales is a nominal account. You all know that nominal account. And what is the rule for nominal account? Debit losses and expenses, credit gains and income. So whenever there will be sale, there will be gain, or you can say there will be income, right? So income will be credit, isn't it? Now comes Bhushan. So in case of Bhushan, what will happen? Bhushan is a personal account, and personal account, what will happen? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Okay, debit receiver, credit giver. So what is happening? Sold goods to Bhushan. So Bhushan is a receiver here, right? Receiver, and receiver will be debit, isn't it clear? So what is the transaction? Bhushan debit to sales. Okay, now let's find out the amount. What will be the amount of sale? As we have seen, what is the amount of sale? It is going to be amount of sales will be how much? Rupees 10,000 minus 10%. Why 10%? Because it's a trade discount, so that will reduce the cost of the goods, that is the value of the goods. Okay, that will be reducing the value of the goods. How much? 10%, it is 1,000, right? 10,000, 10% is 1,000. So after deducting it, it is 9,000, right? So the cost of sales will be, cost of goods sold will be taken as 9,000, right? So this should be remembered. This is very important for you to remember. You should know that it is not recorded. What is not recorded? What will not be recorded? Trade discount, right? Trade discount will not be recorded in the books. So if trade discount is not recorded, so there's no name of trade discount here. That is why we are not saying any trade discount in the items. So what is the journal entry? Bhushan debit 9,000 to sales 9,000, right? Being goods sold on credit. So we will give the journal entry accordingly. So what it will be? Bhushan debit, right? Bhushan debit how much? 9,000, isn't it? After discount. Then comes the credit item, that is, give a little gap and write on to sales account. Okay, how much? How much will be the sales? The sales will also be 9,000. Try to maintain the unit place and times place. Okay. So this is what we have got. Now narration. So what is the narration? What the narration will be? Being goods sold at, you can mention here, trade discount of how much? 10%, right? Being goods sold at a trade discount of 10%. Then after that, just simply close the particulars column. Okay, close it by a single line. That's all. Finish. Okay, then comes the next transaction. So what is the next transaction dated? You can see it is 5th of the month of April. So no need to write again the April month. It is 5th. Okay, so now we are going to check what is our next transaction. So we can see that in the question it is mentioned the third transaction, that is our third transaction. What it is? It is mentioned that it is Bhushan returned goods worth rupees 1,000. Bhushan returned goods worth rupees 1,000. Okay, so that the total price was 1,000. Remember that. Okay, that means what? That the goods that we have sold to Bhushan, that is the total goods. Okay, the total goods was 9,000. Now try to understand. In case of Bhushan, you can see what is written there. Sold goods to Bhushan. the list price was 10,000 and trade discount is allowed how much? 10%, right? Just mark it different colors so that it will be easy for you to understand the questions. Okay, easy to identify the questions. Okay, so Bhushan is returning the goods. So what is happening here? Bhushan is giving back the goods to us, isn't it? Whenever any customer is returning goods to us, okay, goods returned, okay, goods returned, it is goods returned by customer, right? Goods returned to us will be always taken in the name of return inward, or you can say it as sales return also. Okay, you can say it as sales return also. So this is the outcome of good result, good return to us, good returned to us. We write it as a return into our inward, or we can write it sales return. Now this portion will help you to understand what is the relationship, how it is happening, isn't it? So let's find out the other item also. Once one is goods return, and we can see the first name itself, it is Bhushan. So the other one will be Bhushan. So since the transaction was already on credit, right? So we are going to take credit item itself, isn't it? So that will be taken as credit item. So generally, if there is a cash transaction and goods are returned, in return of that goods are only given. Okay, or even there can be, if the customer claims, you have to return the money also. Okay, it can depend on the terms and condition of sales. Okay, so what is happening here? Bhushan has returned goods worth rupees 1,000. Now let's find out the value of the goods. Okay, before going into the solution, what was the value of goods returned? Value of goods returned will be how much? The total cost was 1,000, right? Minus trade discount was involved in the previous question also, remember that. Okay, so trade discount will be there while returning also. You cannot say that you purchase for lesser amount and while returning you will be claiming more amount. It will not be there. Okay, it will be exactly the same, so discounted amount only. So it is nothing but 10%. Discount was 10%, so it is coming to 900, isn't it? The value will be 900. So remember that. So now what is given here? Bhushan. Bhushan is a personal account. We all know that name of a person, so personal account. And sales return, sales is a nominal account. Okay, so nominal account. Okay, so what will happen with personal account? Personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver. So Bhushan is returning to us, so he is a giver here, so he will be credit, isn't it? He will be credit. And what will happen with sales return? See, if I am selling goods to a customer, then it will be income for me. And the same customer, if he is returning goods, my income is decreasing, isn't it? My income is decreasing, so in a way it's a loss for me. Okay, decrease in income, decrease in income, decrease in income, you can call it as loss also, right? So decrease in income means earlier I was thinking that I'll be having more profit. Now I'm finding that I have got less profit. So what is happening here? Decrease in income, isn't it? Decrease in income means it's a way, it's a in a way you can call it as a loss also. We are suffering a loss because the customer is returning to us, he is not buying the goods, so it will be debit. Is it clear, everyone? Okay, in a way it is a loss for us, so it will be debit. So what will be the journal entry? The journal entry will be Bhushan debit. Okay, Bhushan debit. Just a minute. Okay, no, the journal entry will be sales return account debit to Bhushan, isn't it? Sales return or return inward also you can write down, no problem. Sales return account debit to Bhushan. Sales return account debit to Bhushan. How much? 900. Little gap to Bhushan. How much it will be? 900. Right? Now comes the narration. What is there in the narration? Being goods returned. Right? That's all. Now let's, as usual, we will just close the box of particulars. Only particulars. Some of you might be having the habit of closing all the boxes. It's not that. Only the particulars box. Okay. Only the particulars box. Clear, everyone? Okay. So these are the common entries which we are practicing these days. Okay. So we will continue with that in the next class with some more additional new entries, and we will continue this question in the next class so that we can get more concept about this particular chapter, that is journal. Okay, take care of yourself, and don't move around here and there. Take care of yourself, stay home, and stay safe. Okay, and remember one thing, that all this transition, whatever I am doing, will not be sufficient. You have to go through your books, illustrations properly. That will be enough if you go through the illustrations properly. Clear? Okay, then take care.